President Trump has a plan for a strategic crypto reserve. Now, Congressman Byron Donalds wants to do exactly the same thing for the state of Florida. He's here now, gubernatorial candidate, Congressman Byron Donalds. What do you think a crypto reserve would do for the state of Florida?
Well, Stu, it's great to be with you. Want to be very clear on this. What I'm proposing in Florida is a Bitcoin reserve, not just pure crypto. Crypto's a lot of different currencies in a basket. Bitcoin has proven to be a holder of value over the long term. Stu, I remember back in 2015 when Bitcoin was just this new niche thing that was starting up. You could have picked up a Bitcoin for $500 a coin. Now 82,000 at the current level. It was at 100. It was lower than that last year. What Bitcoin has proven, because there's only but so many coins that can ever be created, that's the entire way it was structured, is that it could be similar to gold in a holder of value over the long term, especially considering the fact that through our current Federal Reserve System, the dollar actually is diminished over time, the way that the Federal Reserve prints dollars, because of Congress's reckless inability to control spending over the long term. So having a Bitcoin reserve as a part of your portfolio actually helps to provide value for the state long term.
What's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Picture this. The crypto market is spiraling. Bitcoin's teetering at 76,000. XRP's on the edge of something massive. And whispers of a hidden upgrade could change everything. You're sitting there watching the charts, wondering, did I miss the bottom? Is this the moment that it all flips? The truth is, something mysterious is brewing in crypto world right now, and it's tugging at your curiosity, isn't it? That little voice in your head saying, what's next? Well, here's the secret. Today's video holds the key. We're peeling back the chaos to reveal the signs Bitcoin's ultimate low might be locked in, why XRP's reversal could be now or never, and a sneaky testnet upgrade that you need to know about. Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, you'll see crystal clear. The markets are moving fast and every second counts. Blink and you might miss the signal that changes your next move. And I'm going to give you a little bonus. Stick with me till the end and I'll give you a sneak peek into our altcoin pro community, where everyday crypto fans are turning their portfolios into profits. And if you're like most people, you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do here on this channel, make sure you subscribe today. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. And we'll be jumping over to X to find all of the breaking news that's happening right now you won't want to miss. We will also be checking in on the XRP charts at the end of the video. It did bounce exactly off of our $1.90 support level we've been talking about. But first, let's check in on the health of the overall crypto market over here on CoinMarketCap. As you can see, we're currently sitting at $2.67 trillion, on our way back to that $3 trillion mark. Volume sitting at $152 billion today. Fear and greed index at 15. We are in the extreme fear level. Yesterday, we were at 17 extreme fear. Last week, we were at 24. So could this potentially be the bottom we've been talking about? Altcoin season index at an extreme low, currently sitting at 14, considering itself Bitcoin season at the moment. Yesterday, 15. Last week, a 16. Crypto ETFs yesterday had another sell-off of over $300 million, 278 million sell-off on the Bitcoin ETFs, and 34 million sell-off on the ETH. Top 5 trending coins according to CoinMarketCap right now is Ethereum at number 1. Number 2 is Arkham. Number 3 is Pi. Number 4, Bitcoin, and number 5, MAGA. Top 5 cryptos by total market cap: Bitcoin coming in at 1.6 trillion, Ethereum at 234 billion, Tether at 142 billion, XRP making a strong move this morning, 126 billion. Will XRP take over that third spot over Tether again, over 142 billion today or tomorrow? BNB coming in at 79 billion, and number 6 Solana at 64 billion.
April 15th, 2025. This is a huge date because it's the deadline for 2 high-paying tax credits that you probably haven't heard about, but you can still get if you take action right now. We've partnered with the relief consultants who are experts in the tax code, who've recovered over $100 million for their clients so far. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, listen up so we can get you help and reach our goal of recovering $10 million for the Bull Runners community before the April 15th deadline. So here's how it works. If you're a business owner who had employees in 2021, then you qualify for an average $150,000 check from the Treasury and possibly more with the employee retention credit program. So if you were told in the past that you don't qualify, get a second opinion now through the link in the description below this video, because there are rules and regulations that have changed just recently. So there's a high likelihood that you do qualify now. And if you sold your business or you shut it down, you still qualify as long as you were active in 2021. So don't miss out. Schedule an appointment with the link below. Just click business owner with employees if it applies to you. There's also a second tax credit that also ends April 15th. So this is for the bull runners who are self-employed in 2021. So if you were a 1099, not W-2, and self-employment was your primary income, the treasury check for this tax credit can go up to $32,220 with an average of $17,000. So if you were self-employed in 2021 and want to see if you haven't claimed this credit, which nobody has from our community thus far for some strange reason. We've been talking about this in several videos. I don't know, man. Maybe you just want the treasury to keep your money. But if you want to get money back in your pocket, then schedule a consultation. Don't be lazy. Do this right now before April 15th through the link below. Just click self-employed if you think you qualify for both credits. Let the rep know on the call. And by the way, if you have your tax returns from 2020 and 2021 for this credit, it will be a faster turnaround for you. So have them ready on your call, and they can literally tell you if you qualify on your first call to get you paid. So if you need more money back in your pocket for this bull run, take action right now. Click the link and let's get you paid.
Breaking over on X, Ripple X tweeted out today, RWA tokenization is accelerating and the XRPL is at the center driving institutional adoption. At RWA XYZ now provides real-time insights into XRP network performance, tokenized treasuries, commodities, and stablecoins. See the latest trends in tokenization and explore institutional growth on the XRPL. You can see this full blog post at Ripple's website, RLUSD and XRP analytics and insights on RWXYZ. And you can go through this whole entire blog post that they put on there for you. Also, major rumor, Warren Buffett's Berkshire to allocate portion of its $334 billion cash position into Bitcoin. Let me know down below in the comments if you think this is just a fake rumor or it could be real. If you remember, Warren Buffett has said he's completely anti-Bitcoin, anti-crypto altogether, but some of his shell companies or umbrella companies have invested into crypto over the time. But with these potential bottoms coming in, will they put some money into the crypto market? Let me know. Wall Street Matt have a great post as well. If we are having a recession over a decline in government spending, then the GDP wasn't real to begin with. And if you've been following along with this government cuts, they're cutting some government jobs. These people have jobs basically doing nothing. If you've ever been to a DMV or a government place and all they do is help a customer take a 20-minute break, help a customer take a 20-minute break. It is crazy. But the U.S. government has a $2 trillion annual budget deficit. That's basically $2 trillion of artificial GDP that is funded by more debt. So removing $2 trillion of the GDP would be where the economy actually is. An interesting comment under the post here, it says, for 4 years, the job numbers were fake, the unemployment was fake, the inflation numbers were fake, and the elections were fake. But in reality, it wasn't just the past 4 years. It's been the past forever years that our government was holding up the GDP numbers because they just continued to hire government employees. If you ever noticed, the jobs reports would always come out, and they were like, oh, we just had a huge spike in hiring. But in reality, they were just hiring people to work in the government that, come to find out, weren't actually doing anything. And as you saw in the intro, Florida's candidate for governor, Brian Donaldson, explains why he's proposing the Florida Bitcoin Reserve. We do know that Texas has passed theirs. Eleanor Tourette with the great post here as well knew the updated text from Senator Haggerty's stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, has dropped. Skimming through the PDF and noticed the section on reciprocatory for payments stablecoin issued in overseas jurisdiction has been expanded beyond the February text to include now reserve requirements, supervision, anti-money laundering and counterterrorism features, sanctions compliance standards, liquidity requirements, and risk management standards to facilitate international transactions and interoperability with United States dollar dominant payment stablecoins issued overseas. This is huge because RLUSD, Ripple USD, was built in with all of that in mind. And big news for crypto as well, perpetual futures are the vast majority of the global crypto trading, but there has been no path to launch them in the United States until now. That's about to change because Coinbase now offers 24/7 trading access to Bitcoin and Ethereum futures coming to the United States. No market hours, no waiting, no missed opportunities. So you can trade crypto futures 24/7. And as we've seen, we've had a good, decent move up today. Doesn't mean that we're back full bull. We'll check the charts to discover that in a few minutes, but we do have some promising signs that a move is coming back. But take a look here. Breaking news. Yesterday, over $1.75 trillion was wiped out from the U.S. stock market. And in a related post, Payne, NASDAQ down 3.8%, worst day since 2022, S&P down 2.7%, and John Deaton tweeted back, in 2 weeks, over $4 trillion was wiped out from the stock market, crypto market losses, absolutely insane. Now, Max Brown had a good point on why this could potentially be happening. Trump wants the crash to happen in the stock market. The U.S. government has to refinance $7 trillion worth of debt in the next 6 months. There's no way Trump wants to refinance at the 10-year yields. The interest rate of the 10-year yield is extremely high. This is why he's crashing the stock market and pumping bond prices. As bond prices will go up, yields will come down, and the U.S. government will be able to refinance their debt cheap. And what's interesting, I have started to notice this. If you're not familiar, I'm a real estate agent in Southern Orange County, California, and interest rates for purchasing a home is starting to come down as well, which is very, very good for the economy in the long. Not only that, but lower bond yields also push the Fed to rate cuts, which is bullish for risk on assets, because if people can borrow money at a lower interest rate, they can start to invest in higher risk items. So don't panic over the short term. Look at the longer picture. And this was a great post from Digital Asset Investor. It's really not that hard to figure out what's coming.
Generally, things in financial services, you got to be regulated. So when I came to Ripple, that was a new blockchain. That was the second thing after Bitcoin. The first month we went to Treasury to explain what we were doing. So we didn't operate under the illusion that we would never be regulated and we would never have to ask permission. So it's finding that balance between doing something that's really innovative, but if you want to go mainstream and you're successful, you're going to run up against rules and regulations, guys with guns and badges.
Yeah.
So I walk that
equally
line.
as powerful, actually.
So I'd like to see these new innovations make it into the mainstream. I'd like everyone in the world to be able to participate in this. So that doesn't mean that you can do it in a Mad Max way. But I hope you don't have to do it in a George Orwell way either. And now I'm more aware, maybe not in a Facebook way. So that's been the big passion, is finding a way that we can take these new innovations and make them for the people.
So tons of headlines continuing to support Ripple, XRP, where we're going in the future. Do you know what you hold? So jumping over to potential bottom signs. There's potential signs, 4 of them, that 76,000 was probably the ultimate low. Bitcoin bear market needs 40% drop, strong USD. So some analysts argue that Bitcoin has entered a bear market. And I know some of you out there are probably feeling that as well. However, the current price action differs significantly from November 2021's crash, which started with a 41% drop from 69 to 40 in just 60 days. If that were to be the same now, a comparable scenario today would imply a decline all the way to $64,000. The current correction mirrors that of a 31% drop from 71,000 June of 2024 to 49,000 over 60 days. Additionally, during the late 2021 bear market, US dollar was strengthening against a basket of foreign currencies, as reflected in the Dixie index, which surged from $92 all the way up to $96. And here we can see Bitcoin USD in November 21, which gave the huge drop of 42% versus 2025, which is now at 29.6%. And here we can see Dixie, which is the blue line. The Dixie is the representation of the dollar versus Bitcoin on the right. November 2021 versus February 2025. So as we can see, the dollar continued to maintain its power, while recently the dollar has continued to drop. This time, the Dixie started at $109 and has since declined to $104. Traders argue that Bitcoin maintains an inverse correlation with the Dixie, as it is primarily viewed as a risk-on asset rather than a safe haven hedge against the dollar's weakness. And overall, current market conditions show no signs of investors moving to cash positions. Bitcoin derivatives are also healthy, as investors fear AI bubble. The Bitcoin derivatives market remains stable, as the current annualized premium of futures stands at 4.5%, despite a 19% price drop between March 2nd and 11th. For comparison, on June 18th of 2022, this indicator fell below 0% after a sharp 44% decline from 31,000 to 17,000 just 12 days. And here we see Bitcoin's 2-month futures annualized premium. It's at a pretty extreme low right now. Similarly, Bitcoin perpetual futures funding rate is hovering near zero, signaling balanced leverage demand between longs and shorts. Bearish market conditions typically drive excessive demand for short positions, pushing the funding rate to below zero. There are traders that are concerned about the potential U.S. government shutdown on March 15th. The key points of contention are Speaker Mike Johnson's proposal, increased spending on defense and immigration. Risk on markets, including Bitcoin, are likely to react positively if an agreement is reached. And if you've been watching the news or hearing anything going on, they feel like they can get a deal done and they're not going to be shutting down. And a real estate crisis is not necessarily negative. Early signs of a real estate crisis could accelerate capital outflows into other scarce assets. According to February 27th data from the U.S. National Association of Realtors, home contract signing fell to an all-time low in January. And again, that's going back to those interest rates being so high. I've got a lot of people on the sidelines right now wanting to buy, but they know that their buying power is so low at these higher interest rates. Additionally, February 23rd opinion piece from the Wall Street Journal revealed that over 7% of Federal Housing Administration insured loans are at least 90 days past due, surpassing the peak of 2008 subprime crisis. In essence, Bitcoin's path to reclaiming 90 is supported by a weaker US dollar, historical evidence that 30% price correction does not signal a bear market, resilience in BTC derivatives markets, and contagion from government shutdown risks, and early signs of a real estate crisis. And we do know right now, obviously, that the markets are in extreme fear, and typically that is the time that people want to buy. So what is going on in crypto today? Well, a really crazy scenario. If Ethereum continues to drop, Ether is struggling to reverse the near 3-month downtrend as macroeconomic concerns continue selling pressure from the U.S. Ether exchange trade funds, ETFs, weigh on investor sentiment. The downtrend has been fueled by global uncertainty around the U.S. import tariffs, triggering trade war concerns and lack of builder activity on Ethereum network, according to Bitfinex. Mt. Gox makes its second Bitcoin move in a week as it taps $76,000. Arkham Intelligence data analyzed by Look On Chain found that 11,500 Bitcoin was sent to a new wallet. The remaining 332 Bitcoin were transferred to a warm wallet, which analytics firm Spot On Chain said could be moved to assist with the repayments. Mt. Gox moved 12,000 Bitcoin worth over $1 billion on March 6, and the exchange fell in bankruptcy in 2014, and similar moves it has made in the past have been a precursor to paying out its creditors. Checking in over at Altcoin Pro University. Again, you can join us and over 1,100 members by going to www.bullrunners.com, or you can go down in the description of this video and click the link there. One of our analysts, Solj King, has come up with a March 11th Bitcoin update. So if you want to get these updates every single day, let's take a look at what he says here. What's going on? Well, the NASDAQ was down. The yen carry trade fears are proving true. U.S. stocks sold off the USD to buy back yen and pay off rising interest rates, and lowered U.S. bond yields, unattractive to hold USD or USD dominant stocks due to the unwinding of leverage. From a technical perspective, this area looks great for almost all U.S. equities for a bounce trade. Tesla's down 50 to 60% from highs. Bitcoin traded briefly under 78K and reclaimed 80. We're now in an 8 to 9K range from 78 to 86 BTC. Today looks more possible for bullish moves to the upside, given a technical bounce, a mean reversion to higher prices as we broke down too fast. If we can't clear immediate overhead resistance, expect the trade scalp range to go lower from 76 to 83. And this was posted 11 hours ago, so if you want real-time up-to-date updates, make sure you head to bullrunners.com, check the link down below. It does also come with different charts and analyzation for visuals down below as well. Also, XRP is on the verge of a reversal now or never. The present level of support, which is about $2, is turning out to be a significant test for both bulls and bears. When considering XRP's past performance, support in this range has served as a springboard for recoveries in the past, with buyers stepping in to relieve the selling pressure. A reversal scenario might occur if XRP is able to maintain above $2, which might cause prices to move back towards the 229 and the 260, but the downward structure is still there. A clear break above the descending channel is required for a bullish shift to be confirmed. However, if XRP fell below this critical level, selling pressure might increase and move toward $1.85. The RSI and other technicals indicate XRP is getting close to oversold territory, which may indicate a potential short-term rebound, but momentum is still lacking. XRP might find it difficult to maintain gains unless there is a spike in buying interest. So let's take a look at XRP in the charts. Now, this is what we have been following for weeks now. We came up with this really great weekly spider line information for XRP. If you know of Crypto Face on YouTube, he does this for Bitcoin, and I figured this could potentially apply for XRP, and sure enough, it did. So when you take the weekly candles on the way down from 2018, January 22nd, January 29th, February 5th, February 10th, etc., and you draw a ray with the point coming in the middle at April of 2021, it gives you an extension to where price could go. And sure enough, those have worked as extreme support and resistance for quite some time. Now, what I was getting really worried about is we were going to lose this level. We've been talking about $1.90 for a long time now. We were to lose $1.90. The potential of a retracement all the way back to $1 is actually there. Very scary scenario, but it is a realistic scenario. Now, the great news is our short-term trend cycle, also called the shaft trend cycle, last time it zeroed out on the weekly charts, you can see it started to make its move up, and that's when we exploded to the upside. Well, we have reset to zero now on this weekly chart. If we can maintain this momentum to the upside with green candles, we can start to see the curvature back to the upside, and there is actually evidence that we could run all the way back up to our resistance level at $3.60. When we look here at a smaller time frame of the daily, unfortunately, it's not as optimistic as our daily long-term momentum wave is still below the zero line. This is the wolf pack. It has crossed the zero line all the way back on February 4th, and it's been red ever since. Last time we broke above the zero line from red was November 9th, and obviously we started to make that extreme move to the upside. We are several days away from breaking back above that zero line, but we will continue to monitor that, so make sure you subscribe and follow along with us. What we've also been talking about is the fact that our daily short-term momentum wave, unfortunately, reached its peak and has been coming to the downside. There is still potential downward pressure here, but there is a possibility of a reversal like we've seen in the past. So some short-term, very important things that we need to look out for. Number one, we need to break back above this $2.23 range and extreme resistance. We then need to get above the 10 exponential moving average, the 30 exponential, and the 50, which also puts us at our next resistance level of $2.50 as well. If we can show strength over the next couple days, break above 250, we'll make our way back to the 280 level, which will make us an extreme resistance like we've had in the past. Unfortunately, we broke down from there. This was an anomaly day when Trump announced that we're going to have a crypto reserve. Everyone went nuts and bought all kinds of Bitcoin. Unfortunately, it was fake, and we started dropping to the downside. Right now, markets look strong as far as the daily goes for today only. It looks weak overall. When we take a look at our 12-hour chart, our long-term momentum is still down in the red as well, not even close to the zero line. So some great news here is as we continue to build momentum to the upside and we get back above the zero line, we could have that real explosion, which will be nice. Our short-term trend cycle has reset to zero, so there's definitely a move to the upside that's available. Last time we had the move to the upside was from February 28th, but we could not sustain the long-term momentum, unfortunately broke back down. Looking at our 4-hour chart, another thing comes into play here. Obviously, the $1.90, which we've been talking about, is an extreme support level, and it's been an extreme support level over time. But also, this long-term momentum indicator, our 1100 exponential moving average, it did bounce exactly off of that level. And taking a look here at the lowest level that I like to take a look at for long-term moves is the 1 hour. So we can see here that we did break exactly off of our $1.90 level, started making our move to the upside. We have broken above the zero line, which is very positive for long-term momentum on the short-term time frame of 1 hour. And we do also have the 1100 exponential moving average sitting right up here at $2.40, which is also correspondence to our $2.50 resistant level. So on the 1 hour, what I'm watching for now is the 10 exponential moving average. We must maintain above the 10 exponential moving average on the 1 hour chart. And then we'll go ahead and gradually upgrade to the 4 hour, which we are above the 10 exponential moving average here. So our level we need to break above now is the 30 and the 50. When we go all the way down to a 30-minute time frame, you can see we broke above the zero line. Long-term momentum for 30 minutes, not very long-term, obviously, but we have been riding green, which indicates that we've got strength now. The 1100 exponential moving average also comes in at $2.40 on the 30-minute chart. Going down to the 15-minute chart even, we can see that we have a 1100 exponential moving average at 232. So right now we are starting short term to see some bullish momentum building back into XRP. These are on very low time frames, but I'm going to keep a closer eye on the 4-hour time frame and our extreme resistance here at 232, breaking above that today or tomorrow, and then moving up to 250 for positive reinforcement to the upside. If we start to lose momentum, we could see a retest of the $1.90. If we lose $1.90, we'll go ahead and check in on the 3-day spider lines. And on our shorter time frame, other than the weekly, our 3-day time frame, we can see there is support on the way down at $1.70 and also down here to $1.50. When we look at the 3-day long-term momentum, unfortunately, the 3-day is still below the zero line here as well. So we will continue to monitor this for you every day. Make sure you subscribe so you check in, and also make sure you join Altcoin Pro at bullrunners.com. Check this out.